Street Fighter fans, it's finally happening. After decades of waiting, Street Fighter is coming back to the big screen in live action, and this time, it looks like the studio is pulling out all the stops. If you thought the 1994 cult classic was the last time we'd see Ryu, Ken, and Chun Li in live action, think again. Let's break down everything we know so far about this brand new movie, the story, the cast, and yes, how it stacks up against Mortal Kombat. So here's the deal. After more than 2 years of development, the new Street Fighter movie is officially in the works. The story is set in 1993, where estranged fighters Ryu, played by Andrew Koji, and Ken Masters, played by Noah Centineo, are pulled back into the action. Their mission? They're recruited by the mysterious Chun Li, brought to life by Kalina Liang, to compete in the next World Warrior tournament. Now, this isn't just any tournament, it's a brutal clash of fists, fate and fury. But here's the twist. Hidden behind the spectacle is a deadly conspiracy that doesn't just put the world in danger, it puts Ryu and Ken against each other. And if they can't face their demons, well, let's just say it's game over. Game over! And just when you think the story's enough to get you hyped, wait until you hear who's behind the camera and how stacked this cast really is. The movie is being directed by Kitao Sakurai, who stepped in after Danny and Michael Philippou, best known for Bring Her Back, left the project. Sakurai, who directed Bad Trip, is now steering this adaptation all the way to its big release on October 16th, 2026. This one's also being co-developed and co-produced with none other than Capcom, the studio that created the games. And thanks to Legendary's brand new global distribution deal with Paramount Pictures, this film is guaranteed a massive worldwide rollout. But let's be real, what everyone's buzzing about right now is the cast, and trust me, this lineup is something else. The cast announcement has been dropping fast and furious. Newly revealed Reina Vallandigham as Julie, Oliver Richters as the powerhouse Zangief, Mel Johnson as Cammy, and yes, Eric Andre is joining the mix as Dan Savage. Earlier announcements included Hiroki Goto as E Honda, Fidyut Jamal as Dalsum, David Dasmilchiam stepping into the role of the legendary villainous M Bison, Orville Peck as Vega, Kalina Liang as Chun Li, and Andrew Schultz as Dan Hibiki. And that's not all. The star-studded roster also features Andrew Koji, Noah Centineo, Jason Momoa, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Yeah, this movie's stacked with big names from all over the entertainment world. But how exactly was this cast unveiled? Well, the studio did something no one's really tried before. On September 4th, director Kitao Sakurai teamed up with the official Street Fighter Instagram account to drop the entire cast list. But here's the cool part, instead of just posting headshots, the studio paired each actor with a vintage pixelated image of their character straight out of the arcade era. This wasn't just a clever marketing stunt, it shows just how much attention to detail is going into this movie. From the 16-bit inspired actor profiles to the faithful nods to the games, this feels like a video game adaptation that might finally get it right. And speaking of faithfulness, let's talk about some of those deeper character pools, because this movie isn't just sticking to the main roster. If you're a hardcore fan, you might have noticed names like Dan Savage, Joe, and Marvin popping up. Don Savage is actually an announcer from Street Fighter V. Joe is a kickboxer from the very first Street Fighter arcade game. And Marvin, well, nobody really knows. He's definitely not a playable character, so that's still a mystery. And here's another fun connection. Mel Johnson, who plays Cammy in this movie, actually appeared in 2021's Mortal Kombat as Netara. So in a way, we're getting the closest thing to a Street Fighter vs Mortal Kombat crossover. And ironically enough, we'll also be getting a real world battle at the box office, since Mortal Kombat 2 is releasing May 15th, 2026, just a few months before Street Fighter hits theaters. So yes, history is repeating itself. Just like in the 90s, we'll have Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter dominating pop culture at the same time. For those who don't know, Street Fighter has been around since 1987. The games are all about intense one-on-one martial arts battles.
Oh. You don't know nothing about this, do you? Egyptian style, girl. You want some of this? Come on.
Usually tied to a global fighting tournament run by the villainous M Bison and his Shadaloo organization. To date, the series has sold over 55 million units worldwide, making it one of Capcom's biggest franchises, and this new movie is aiming to capture that legacy. Legendary even dropped behind the scenes content, including a photo of Street Fighter 6 game director Takayuki Nakayama hanging out with Koji, Centineo, Liang, and Sakurai, proof that the collaboration with Capcom is the real deal. But if you're wondering, can Street Fighter finally break the curse of bad video game movies? Well, let's talk history for a second. Depending on who you ask, the 1994 Street Fighter movie is either a guilty pleasure masterpiece or the cheesiest action flick of all time. And then of course there's the 2009 Legend of Chun Li, which most fans would probably prefer to forget. So is the third time the charm? We'll have to wait and see. What we do know is that momentum is building, with a director locked in, a stacked cast, and Capcom closely involved. The movie is shaping up to take its shot at redemption. Legendary first picked up the rights back in April 2023. The Filippo brothers, who got tons of praise for their debut Talk to Me, were originally attached, but they stepped away in June 2024. By September, Sakurai was officially confirmed as a director. And now, with filming moving forward in October 2026 locked in for release, all eyes are on Street Fighter. So here's the big question. Will this finally be the Street Fighter movie fans have been dreaming about for decades? Or will it end up as another cult curiosity like the 1994 version? Only time will tell. But with this cast, this creative team, and Capcom on board, things are looking promising. So what do you think? Are you more excited for Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat 2 in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see all my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.